So, given all this brutality going on, people have been taken to the streets, right? And we've been out there, almost 1,000 people were out there a few weeks ago, right? And in response to that, there's been a lot of static in the media. Some people saying, well, we shouldn't be militant. We shouldn't be blocking streets. We shouldn't be out there, being confrontational to the police or criticizing the police as directly as some folks have been. What do you say to those folks, those people who say, tone it down?
Well, the thing is, it's not just a one-person issue, and I think that's derived off of it, just basing it off of one person. We think it only happened to one, but it happened to many people in different varying degrees, whether they lose their lives, they get beat up, put in the hospital, put in a coma, harassed on a daily basis. We are being acted against with violence consistently while the people have impunity. So if they have impunity, what is it else is there to do but the people that act up militantly? And in my personal opinion, isn't militant enough, because if they take our lives, I feel like the response should be just as crucial, because the justice system or the injustice system is not protecting the people against these fascists, these military type guys that will sit there and brutalize communities. So what else is there? We can't just keep appealing to Congress or to the governor or to the mayor to do something when they show blatantly that they won't. I mean, when they won't prosecute somebody, when they even say they were out of pocket and they killed somebody, they won't prosecute him because he had a badge. You gave him a gun and impunity. The badge is the impunity, and it's not right. And the only way for us to stand up to that, it seems, is to get militant. And I feel like we're not even militant enough as we used to be. I feel like we have to go back to where the Panthers were in the militancy and that, because the police feel safe to kill and take lives without repercussion. And nobody should feel safe to take another person's life. Nobody should feel safe to assault and hurt another person and put them in a hospital, beat them down. Nobody should feel safe to do that. Because unlike the Christian Bloods, they know that they hurt somebody, it might come back on them. It probably will come back on them. And there'll be repercussions for it. Well, the police can do it without repercussion. That's not right. Because, well, other world gangs and so forth will have to worry about people getting get back and worry about getting arrested by the police. The police get to do it and no repercussions happen because they're the police, which if you track back, it's nothing more than a gang or some thugs anyways. That was the history behind it, and that's still the history now. You can obviously see how they serve corporations and not the people.
If I'm standing outside, I'm under my own liberty. Maybe I'm pursuing my own happiness, but for a cop to come up to me, ask me questions about my own personal liberties and about my own personal being, and I feel to be very intrusive. They have no right to come into my own personal domain. They have nothing in common with me, and therefore I believe that the police, they protect and only serve capital and capital interests, which is non-relative to myself. So I feel for the most part that the cops help to insinuate crime and to perpetuate it by there being an enforcement agency, by being a big group, a big gang that pretty much push and establish white supremacy that first massacred many of Native people in this country, and now you have the Anglo-American Saxon world powers, and they're taking over and dominating everything, and it is very, very wrong.
The J.T. Williams Organizing Committee, which represents the Williams family of the family of the late John T. Williams, native woodcarver, who was slain by Seattle police. They've said that this is a tragic accident, and that they gave a present to the mayor and a city council member, signaling or symbolizing peace between the community and the city. What do you think about that?
Well, it's not just John T. to start off with. The brutalization, there was even five people total that were killed, and only one was John T. There's 4 people who were killed in a 2-week span. The brutalization of the community should not be left up to a few people to decide. And it's not just the Native community, it's being brutalized. we're all one big community, for example, and the brutalization is going past just natives. It's going to blacks. It's consistently going to the black community and the Hispanic community. Been large targets for years and years, and then it's going to the working class communities and the native communities and the Asian communities. And so this can't just sit with John T. and the whole we shouldn't react militantly. I mean, I have my opinions about what is going on in that situation that I feel like I shouldn't address. But I got much respect for people who have lost their lives, and I got much respect for their families. I just don't agree with all the tactics, and I don't agree that they should be telling everybody else not to organize and when everybody's being affected.
There's been a lot of talk in the media as well about the anarchists, right? The wives of the police at that demonstration we went to. They were saying that this anarchist anger is demoralizing police, making them feel bad about themselves. That they can't even go to a grocery store without having to argue for what they're doing or justify themselves. There's a lot of talk about the anarchists being a danger to the city and, just being, dangerous rioters and unaccountable to the people and all this stuff. So what do you think about that?
Okay, well, as demoralizing the police, good. I'm sorry, it's that simple. The thing of how you can brutalize a community and sit there with no conscience and not have to live with your actions is not cool. So for their families of the police, I really don't care how you feel. I mean, to break it down, it's that simple, because really you don't think twice about what we go through. And as for just anarchists in general, I mean, they're taking it to a militancy that needs to be at, even though there's some tactics I disagree with, but it's not breaking cop windows and attacking the system, which has been oppressing the people. And they are a voice of the people. The people like look at them like they're not community citizens. They're people that have to live through this daily. So they have just as much right to decide what they got to live through and to react to the violence that's being perpetrated upon all the people. So they are accountable to the society, but just not the society, part of the society that has a whole bunch of money that benefits from the police, is what that really means. I mean, the only thing that I can say that I disagree with the anarchists about, period, is really that they don't understand other cultures that are coming from different backgrounds. But that's the only thing they really need to work on, because their militancy is definitely needed. And I got much props, much love for them for that. And the whole idea that they're just some kids is ridiculous. There's a lot of people that have jobs, no matter what the people may lie and say. They're employed, and that's the fair reason why they cover their face as well. And when they're being picked up and brutalized by police, if they demoralize the police, then good, because the police continuously try to demoralize the people. Even in times of calm and there's not much protest against them, they're trying to demoralize. Even in times where there isn't 5 bodies that they need to be held accountable for, and many brutalities, including racially motivated ones that the prosecutors won't prosecute for, they demoralize the people. So if they are trying to feel demoralized, it's a good thing, because you can't sit there and abuse a community and expect to just have people let it happen forever. And so as for the bad media the anarchists get, they do not deserve it. Really the bad media needs to be going toward the police and the system, but it doesn't, because corporations control all that and they benefit from all that.
That's why we're doing this, right?
So we're keeping the voice from the streets.